Over the years of our development, we've had, we have to put a new team together. We had to put a new technology in place. We had to, do everything, buy desks and chairs and computers, and so it was this culture of everybody coming together, wanting to do something great, not having the tools yet to do it and to express themselves. So it was, it was kind of a long road. It took longer than I think anyone really thought to put all that together.
You have a team that has tons of ideas and not just one, and then you have to refine that down into something that's really manageable in the time that you have to make a game. So that's a little bit daunting. When you have all the choices in the world, how do you choose, well, this is the one thing that we're going to do?
The Respawn culture really is about no nonsense. We're really hard on ourselves.
One of the hard parts, I think, at least on Titanfall, was trying to figure out how to work as a team for a multiplayer game.
The pressure was on us to really come out with something new and different, and we were sitting there going nuts trying to wrap our heads around, okay, what does that mean?
Everyone at Respawn has a voice as we're working on the game. It's not just, say, the game director and lead designer say, this is what we're making, everyone just, get on the treadmill and make it. It is a very iterative and collaborative process.
When you work on a single player, it's relatively easy for individuals to go off and work on this level or that level, and they can exist in separate worlds for the most part. Whereas in a multiplayer game, you've got all these different people who are working on aspects of the game that will crisscross or touch each other in some way. So if someone changes something here, it will affect someone else over here, and that can create a lot of tension.
We have sometimes very heated arguments, and there's never any hurt feelings, there's never any repercussions for getting, passionate about anything. It is, we all know that we can together make something great. That extends out to when we do tests with outside people. Sometimes that's really hard to do because it's your baby, you've been working on it for a couple years, and some dude off the street comes in and tears it apart before it's not even done. But that's extremely crucial feedback, and we take all of it no matter where it comes from.
I think we have the ability and the culture that supports the focus of perfection. So you're trying to perfect the right things, and you don't go after the things that really don't support the gameplay.
It has to feel right, it has to flow right, and if it doesn't, we keep working on it. And there's things that, if they don't get to that level, I would rather have less finely polished features than more and have the game be a little rougher. I think there did come a time where we were, kind of coalesced everything into, like, okay, this is good, this is fun, and we saw the, kind of the seeds of what would become Titanfall.
And so the first Titan, pre-viz was an actual maquette, a 1/6 scale doll that I had encased in a dive suit, and then we said, scratch that, why can't we make these really big and play with scale as well?
But at the same time, here's the tricky part, we have to try and keep it not alienating to people who are used to playing first-person shooters and a particular kind of first-person shooter. So we thought, how can we do that? So that was partly the problem of finding a new, larger design space, being able to create more exotic abilities and weapons and things like that.
We could see the visual of a grunt next to a Titan and how powerful that could look, how powerful this giant can look, taking cover on a building.
We pour so much of ourselves into this that, you want to put it out there, and there's always that nervousness of, like, I hope people like it, what are they going to think?
Before we went to E3, we'd been designing this game and building this game in a vacuum, and we're our own worst critics, so we were really on it. We went in hoping for the best.
I think we were all very tense, and then that moment when the trailer started to roll and everybody was watching back here at the studio and at the convention center was awesome.
I was watching Gamescom and PAX live feed with a camera, a webcam, and I was on the edge of my seat.
That's what we love. It's, putting the game together, working on it is great, but it's putting it out there in the wild and having people experience it and seeing what they enjoy about it, and that's, really what drives us.
It's sort of amazing to watch people play that game, because we don't get that moment as devs anymore. We've been with this project for, some of us years now, and you never get to play that game for the first time like you remember.
It was amazing to hear the response from it. It just blew us all away, and it just makes us work even harder.
And to have everyone embrace it and say, like, we understand, it's familiar, yet it kind of pushes the boundaries, and I get this, and I want more of it, and it's great for the team.